Hi everybody, I am back with the next episode of Resident Evil 4. And also, my inventory is very messy. I'll do one. There we go. I think I missed this before, but there's gold hiding behind here. A nice easy 5,000. One thing I want to bring up is that this video will probably be shorter than most of my typical ones because I have a specific point I want to get to, for one. And if I go past that point, we are going to be experiencing 2 boss fights or 3 boss encounters, depending on how you label it. And I don't want to do that in one part.
What's the news on our friend Leon?
He's not making it easy.
Also, is this the first or the second time that he's been introduced?
Got it. It seems he sniffed out our little game.
I want to say this is the second time.
Perfect.
But the way the
Just so we
scene is
understand
shot
each
makes
other
me think this is
clearly,
the first time they
I don't
meet.
trust you, nor does Wesker. If you try to do anything clever, I will kill you.
Is that so? You know, I met Wesker long before you.
Yes.
We'll see soon enough if you did.
Yeah,
Oh, we know.
we'll
You've been
see.
working with Wesker since Resident Evil 2. By the way, I know I haven't been providing too much context to the characters and the events surrounding the Resident Evil series. And that's just because, as much as I've played some of these games, my knowledge about the franchise is very it's not complete. I'm not nearly as confident with my Resident Evil knowledge as I am with, like, whoa! I'm definitely gonna have to find out where he was firing from, because he had a good angle on me. Ah, of course. Get out of here. Uh-oh. I mean, if you guys just gonna keep coming to me, I'm perfectly fine with that. Yes, please, please, continue being idiots. Okay, the door's still shut. And thankfully, you can actually just snipe all of them from this window. Alright, he must have been shooting at me through the window. Yup. Wait. Yeah, that's him. Yup, there it is. Okay. There we go. Pretty sure there's somebody else down there. Oh, hold on. Aha! Alright. That last guy must be on the bottom floor, so it's about time I actually head out. Wait. Okay. There he is. Ha! I heard him reloading his crossbow, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait for him to fire at the door. Okay. This room could be a little hard to see in because of all the steam. Okay. Trying to make sure there's no other, Yanato is hiding anywhere. Like that. I actually jumped a little bit. I was not expecting him to be hiding in here. Flash grenade, always nice. More money, also nice. Okay. But yeah, the reason why I'm making this video shorter than normal is because I am finally going to see Fantastic Four tomorrow. I'm so excited. But I wanted to make sure that I had my next Resident Evil video up and ready for you guys on Friday morning, so I'm recording this Thursday night. But I am so excited to see it. So many people that I trust in terms of, like, you know, their love of comic books and their fandoms and all that have seen the movie. They say it's amazing. It's something to look forward to. I'm very excited to see it myself. I have been dying to see a brand new Fantastic Four movie for such a long time. Unfortunately, you guys won't be getting my thoughts on the movie until Monday, when I upload my next episode of Arkham Knight. But for those of you who are not interested in my Arkham Knight videos, I will try my best to remember to also talk about them in the next Resident Evil and the next Spider-Man 3 video. But look at this area. It just screams boss encounter. Let's go. See, look, even Leon knew that this was a boss arena. Man already had his knife ready. Apparently, Krauser is Batman. Wow, I pressed the command too. I don't know what happened there. I did press both of the triggers. I guess it didn't register me clicking the left one all the way in. That's probably what happened. I definitely slammed my index fingers on them.
Comrade. Krauser. I died in a crash 2 years ago.
And for those of you who've been playing, not playing, but watching my Spider-Man 3 videos, you know I'm pretty good at quick time events.
After all, you and I both know where we come from.
At least I think I am.
What do you want?
This cutscene's a definition of having to pay attention,
The sample
so you don't get cut up.
That's all.
Yeah, I'm not clicking those sticks all the way in. That's what's happening. Okay. It's so weird. I never used to have that problem before. At least now I know I have to slam down on the triggers in order for it to read it right. Otherwise, it won't read my commands. Okay, I'm glad I figured that out, because we really had... Now that I'm starting to realize this, we haven't had too many commands that require me to press both of the triggers like this. So I haven't run into this issue that many times. Okay. I'm glad I realized that, because normally when I play my PS5, I have issues where the triggers are too sensitive. If I brush my finger slightly above them, then the game will read them as an input. So it's really weird playing this and having to really slam down on them just to get the commands to come out. Like I'm preparing my fingers right now just to make sure they fully slam down. Ooh, I slipped. My finger slipped, but I still went off. There we go. It's reading them now.
Oh, I needed her to buy Sadler's trust in me. Like you, I'm American.
Ooh. And unfortunately, being American means I can get away with whatever I want.
You got her involved just for that?
Yup. He's the one who kidnapped Ashley from the White House. That's the only reason why Krauser is here. Now, if you want more context to the relationship they seemingly have, according to this cutscene, you have to play one of the Resident Evil spin-off games. It's one of the Chronicles games. I think it's Darkside Chronicles.
Umbrella. Almost let it slip. Enough talk. Die, comrade.
I mean, let's be fair. The second we saw that that Ada was around, we knew that Umbrella was involved. Like, you slipping was not the clue that he needed. He already knew.
Isn't the bitch in the red dress?
Looks like we have the upper hand here.
You may be able to prolong your life, but it's not like you can escape your inevitable death, is it?
Ada, why didn't you just shoot him? You have no reason to keep him alive.
You knew each other?
More or less. Maybe it's about time you told me the reason why you're here.
Maybe some other time.
I can't believe I got 2 deaths just because my control sticks. Just because my triggers didn't want to work right.
Enjoy the reunion with your old friend.
Were you
As a
watching?
matter of fact, I did.
Wonderful.
If you were, where were you?
I wouldn't want my special guests on the island feeling unattended.
Guess I'm supposed to thank you, right?
Ah, I have an idea. Since you're here, why don't I introduce you to it? It Should keep you busy.
Can't remember the name, huh? A senior moment, perhaps.
Oh, oh. Enjoy the fun.
Huh. Who would have known? Leon Kennedy is ageist. He just straight up insulted that man for being old. No, but seriously, I had no idea how sensitive those triggers can be. At least I now know that when that command comes up, I have to slam my fingers down. Because I'm doing this. But sometimes my finger will slip. Like this. But somehow it's still ready to... Wait. Alright. Did anybody watch the Resident Evil movie? Oh boy. The laser hallway. Alright, before I do this, let me check the timer. Alright, we got plenty of time for this. Plus, while I did that, I did a little research because I want to double check. So, the first Resident Evil movie came out in 2002. This game comes out in 2005, so clearly they were inspired by that one laser hallway scene in the movie. I'm gonna wait. There we go. Aha! Seriously, though, Leon Kennedy has to be Spider-Man. Just look at all this crap. Look at this! There's no way! There's no way he would have known to dodge like that, man. I mean, it sounds like I'm complaining, but it just shows how awesome Leon is. Look at what this government training can do for you. It can turn you into Spider-Man. Okay. Why? Why is the laser hallway the thing that you use to guard essentially the throne room? Where'd you even get lasers? The more I question this game's logic, the more my brain hurts. But hey, at least we got an emerald. And we get to have this scene. Do the pose. Yeah. There's no time for resting. Then why'd you take the time to sit down and strike a pose? Ooh. I legit forgot that was up there. Alright, elegant headdress. Now I'm wondering if there are any other treasures I missed. Surprisingly no. And I'm almost at a merchant. Yes. Okay. We're almost at the save point. How do you have all this technology? Like, he has a secret elevator behind his throne. He's a Bond villain. He is legit a Bond villain. That's hilarious. Oh no, we're going back to the caverns again. Oh, cool. I did not think there would be stuff under here. I'm glad I looked. Wait. Let me check the map. See if there's any treasures. There's one treasure. 2. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get very far. We're going to get to, like, right there and stop. Because I do not want to get too far into this book, this video. I don't want this video to be too long, because there's a lot of stuff coming up in the next part, and I want to save all that for then. And I don't want to feel like I'm rushing through it. Hey. What's this? Louise's memo, number 4. I love how Louise didn't have that much time within the actual story, but apparently all that time he spent off screen, he spent writing down all these memos, hoping that we would find them. I'll report my findings about the Plagas here. The Plagas have 3 distinct characteristics. 1, as mentioned previously, the Plagas have the ability to manipulate the behavioral patterns of their host. 2, the Plagas are social organisms. By this, I mean they, instead of living individually, they live in a perfect social harmony. It is believed that they have some sort of collective intelligence. It makes sense. It's how they're able to coordinate attacks and flank me and stuff like that. This type of behavior can be seen among insects such as bees and ants. However, this kind of social behavior is rarely seen among parasitic organisms. Perhaps it was a learned behavior by the Plagas by finding out if this has any relationship with their first characteristic. 3. The Plagas have exceptional adaptability skills. They are able to live off many kinds of organisms by creating a synthetic environment quickly. This ability, when combined with their social behaviors, allows them to interact intelligently between hosts regardless of the host organism. So that's to explain why, regardless of what type of animal or human or creature a Plagas connects to, it's able to manipulate it. It's kind of like how a symbiote from, like the symbiotes from Spider-Man, cannot just jump on the humans, but also other aliens and animals and stuff like that too. Plagas are very similar to symbiotes in that they're highly adaptable. Even with the I am ashamed to admit that my pure fascination with the Plagas in hindsight has blinded me to the true research objectives of Los Illuminados. Even with the knowledge that Sadler was going to abuse the results of these experiments, I could not pull myself away from my research. As a result, I am just as responsible for this whole mess as he is. I see now that I was wrong, but can I stop this evil alone? Unfortunately, you cannot. That is one of the unfortunate things about the original Resident Evil game, is that Luis was a fan favorite character, but because of how the divine
Things on sale, stranger.
but because of how the game is designed, you don't get to see much of Luis in the main story. Most of the character development you get for Luis himself comes from all of the notes that he leaves behind. It's one of the things about the remake that I really did enjoy, was the fact they found a way to incorporate Luis more into the story mode. Okay, I did combine those two. I'm still waiting for the last gem. I don't get that one until a little bit later into this part. But I can at least sell these emeralds. Sorry if I talked a little too much about,
Thank you.
you know, I like getting into characters and stuff like this. I like when franchises actually have legitimate explanations for why, legit explanations for the rules of their universe.
Thank you.
It's why The Last Airbender was one of my first loves. It was one of the first franchises that I was deeply invested in, because I watched every new episode the day it released.
What are you buying?
And ever since watching Avatar the first time, that's when I was really starting to get into characters and writing and animation in general. And that's also when I found out that, you know, you could have the best animation in the world, but if your characters are annoying or if your writing is not up to par, then it's gonna suffer. And I'm so glad that even more and more people who may be not film majors or English majors, they also can determine that, you know, this kind of sucks because the writing is terrible. Like, almost everybody can notice bad writing by this point.
Stranger?
I think I might just upgrade the striker. Wait, didn't I say I wanted to save for the exclusive for the TMP? Yeah, I did. Okay, it's close. All right, I'll just do that. All right, guys, thanks for listening to me ramble and play for a couple of minutes. Again, I'm sorry this is a shorter part, but I do have plans tomorrow, and this next sequence is going to be massive. I mean, look at this freaking door. You cannot tell me that the next part will not be exciting. I mean, look at this. It's like the gateway to hell. But again, I appreciate all the love and support. By the time we get around to next week, I will be sharing my thoughts with Fantastic Four. I will not talk about any spoilers, because I'm sure there's still a good portion of you who want to see the movie. But if you want to know my particular thoughts about it, stay tuned for next time. As always, I appreciate all the love and support. Let me know how you guys think about Fantastic Four. No spoilers, by the way. And I will see you all next week. Bye.